I just danced with these clouds all morning. This was one of the most beautiful runs I've had in a very long time. I hope you can see how quickly these clouds are moving right now. It's just beautiful. We're constantly told that we need to be authentic, that self-discovery is the path of enlightenment, that we need to be true to ourselves, and that authenticity is one of the highest virtues. Socrates, in one of his most famous quotes, "Know thyself," epitomizes this idea. But let's contrast that with some other thought leaders. For example, Jesus said that we need to surrender ourselves or surrender our egos to the will of God. Rumi said that we need to try to become nothing. And the Buddha said that the self is only an illusion, and it's the source of all of our suffering and pain. Not to mention, the great Marshall Mathers, otherwise known as Eminem, said that we need to lose ourselves to the music and the moment. So, what is it? Are we supposed to lose ourselves, or should we try to become authentic and find ourselves and be true to our truest self? So what is it? Do we need to discover ourself to be true to ourself, or do we need to surrender the self? Or is the self just an illusion? Well, I kind of think that it's all of that. And I think that running can be a vessel for all of that, if we let it. Because, you see, comfort hides the truth. It tells us that everything is fine and nothing needs to change. Discomfort and exhaustion, on the other hand, exhaustion just has no energy for lies and illusions. Discomfort and running and exhaustion, those things grind us down, not just physically, but also mentally and emotionally, and some would even say spiritually. When you run hard enough and long enough and that exhaustion takes over, there's nowhere left to hide. I know that feeling so well, and I felt it at every distance, from a 5K to a half marathon to a marathon to my 50 miler. In those moments, you switch into a sort of a survival state of mind. All you want to do is stop running. All you want to do is be done. In those moments, the ego dies. The curated self, the identities, the labels, and the expectations all burn up and fade away like fog in the sun. And what is left is raw being. And that's where the truth sits and waits for you to look at her, to acknowledge her existence. It is in those moments, while you're in the pain cave of pure exhaustion and survival, that you learn a little bit more about yourself. And the more you go to that place, the more you learn. And that's why running is a catalyst for self-discovery. And it's not like this only happens in running. This happens in normal life, where life can just grind you down until you hit rock bottom. And at rock bottom, you can see the truth because you're in that same survival state of mind, that same state of exhaustion. And so, in a way, that's kind of what running is. It's an artificially created rock bottom, a controlled environment where rock bottom progress can happen. And that rock bottom progress is often self-discovery. Now, it's not like this is going to happen every single run. The running should be enjoyable most of the time, but on race day or maybe a really hard run, you might get to this point. And now, what makes running special is the rhythmic nature of it, the pounding of your steps and the steady breathing, it becomes a moving meditation. Now mix that in with race day exhaustion, mix that in with your speed work day or hill repeats, and you've got the perfect environment to create just enough silence to hear what is usually hidden by the noise. And so now what? You have discovered more of yourself. Should you now try to be truer to that newly discovered self? Should you try to be more authentic? Is that the goal here? Or is that self-aggrandizement? Is that self-absorption? Is the goal then to transcend the self? Are we here to submit that ego, that will, to the will of God, to align yourself with the universe, or to align yourself with the Tao? Or is the self, again, just an illusion? If self-transcendence is your goal, then running can also facilitate this. But this can only happen if we resist the urge to build our ego back up that we just broke down. So instead of puffing ourselves up with our medal that we get or our identities, if we can stay low, stay humble, free from the performance of the self, we can stay connected to the earth, to our fellow runners, to the present moment itself. We have the opportunity in that moment to wake up to someone or something beyond the person that started the race. Not someone more aligned with their self, but someone free from the performance of the self. Someone more aware of something deeper that flows through us all. I mean, this could be why standing at the finish line of a marathon is so inspirational, whether that's to watch the elite runners finish or the mid-pack or the people coming in at the very end. It's because each person is finishing that race at least momentarily transformed. So your next race can be transformational, it can be transcendent if you want it to be. Because running burns away the illusion, it breaks the ego, it takes you down to something more essential, and it invites you to surrender to something greater. So is running about self-discovery, or is it about self-transcendence? I think it can be both. And I'm not saying that one path is better than the other, especially for the difference between men and women, because a lot of men do not need any more help building up their ego, and so it should be more about self-transcendence. But for women who never were given the opportunity to develop a self, to develop the ego, it's hard to lose something if you've never had it. So maybe running can help us do both, whatever each of us needs, whether that's to discover the self or to lose yourself. But at the end of the day, running can just be running too. It doesn't have to be some grand gesture of self-discovery or self-transcendence. You can just run because running is awesome. Anyways, I hope this was interesting. If it was thought-provoking, I hope you'll stick around and I'll catch you in the next video. All right, gear for today, we've got Ogden-made running hat, sunglasses that I did not need today. I've got a rabbit running sun hoodie, and then shorts are from 10,000, stance running socks, and the Nike Zagama 2s. Let me know if you have any questions on the gear.